Hello all and welcome back to another episode of Buy This Not That, and today we have a battle of the TELES. But unfortunately, as usual, only one guitar can come out victorious. Alright, this is the axe, let's go! Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. For those of you that are new, my name is Nick. Today we're pitting two super telecasters against each other to find out which one gives you more metal for your money. These two axes are ridiculously similar and they actually come with some pretty damn good stock features right out of the box. We're talking about the Charvel Pro Mod SoCal Style 224 2PT Black Ash. Yeah, I know, that's a mouthful. Versus the LTD TE-1000 Black Blast. These two bad boys come with that sweet sandblasted finish, which is incredibly popular right now. And both are priced at $10.99. So let's get into it. Per usual, we'll take a look at a few things to include construction, hardware, electronics, bridge, and overall appearance. All right, so let's start with construction, my dudes. Both of these guitars have bolt-on neck construction and are at a 25.5 inch scale. The Charvel has that tele classic look with a body made of ash and a neck and fretboard both made of caramelized maple that is graphite reinforced. A cool feature here is that the Charvel has that nice contoured heel that allows you good access to that 24th fret. It's always a really big bummer when you have to reach for those high frets. That's like one of my only gripes with the Ibanez Genesis. It really doesn't allow you to get to the 24th fret without wrapping your thumb around the front of the fretboard. The Charvel also sports 24 frets and a 12 to 16 compound radius, which gives it that traditional feel of like a Jackson Soloist or Dinky. The reversed headstock is not attached to the guitar with a scarf joint, meaning the neck is really one piece of wood all the way through. Lastly, the Charvel's truss rod adjustment is located at the heel, close to the body of the guitar. This is really so fucking nice because one, it's easier to adjust, and two, you don't have to take off a plate at the headstock like a traditional Jackson or anything like that. Now, something I really like to point out in these videos is where these guitars are made, and this Charvel happens to be made in Mexico. I know that can be a discriminator for some of you, so there you go. Now, the LTD Tele is nothing to scoff at. It rocks a swamp ash body, a roasted maple neck and fretboard, and a solid non-scarf joint neck all the way through. This Tele also has a contoured heel, but not to the degree of the Charvel. The LTD only comes with 22 frets, but unlike the Charvel, the fretboard is scalloped from the 17th fret to the 22nd fret, allowing high action at those really high notes up the fretboard. Now, as a side note, some people say that 24 frets mess up the guitar's tone because it brings the neck pickup too close to the bridge pickup. I don't really have any insight to this. This is something I've read and heard about. If you know more about this, please let us know in the comments. Now, the LTD has a straight radius of about 13.7 inches, which makes this a nice rounded fretboard. Lastly, the LTD also has a truss rod adjustment at the heel of the guitar. Oh, and this guitar is also crafted in Korea, which in my opinion is just a little bit better than Mexico, but I've also had Mexican guitars that are better than Korean. So take that for what it's worth. Guys, I have to say in this category, it is a draw. It's just way too close. Moving on to hardware. Starting at the top, the Charvel sports Charvel branded die-cast locking tuners that are black. Something that's really nice is the Charvel comes with a nut that's a Graphtec TU-SQ XL, and that's really a nice touch. It comes with pickups that are actually mounted to the body, which is really awesome because it gets rid of those hideous pickup rings. Yeah, I said it. Lastly, this bad boy has two tone/volume knobs and a blade switch, which looks super sleek. Now, the LTD rocks some similar hardware with some LTD branded locking tuners at the top that are black. Unfortunately, this Tele's nut is of molded plastic, which is kind of a bummer as the Charvel comes with that nice Graphtec stock. Similar to the Charvel, the LTD does have pickups that are mounted to the guitar and has two volume tone knobs and a three-way blade switch. Now, where the LTD shines here is that it comes with stainless steel frets compared to nickel frets that the Charvel comes with. But in all honesty, I have to give this category to the Charvel overall. All right, now let's take a look at electronics because these two guitars really make it interesting. Both of these guitars rock some pretty good stock pickups that are honestly some of the best in the biz. The Charvel comes stock with Fishman Fluence open core PRF COC humbuckers in both the bridge and the neck position. And holy shit, these pickups alone are jam-packed with some awesome features. For starters, these Fishmans are active pickups with a two-way voicing switch located in between the two knobs. This allows you to get an array of different sounds, to include a single coil Texas twang or like a full shred humbucker sound. Keep in mind these are active pickups and they're driven by a 9-volt battery, and you'll need to actually unplug your guitar every time you play to preserve the life of that battery. Now the LTD comes with a passive set of pickups that have really been a metal staple for some time. It rocks a Pegasus Sentient combo from Seymour Duncan that is probably one of the most balanced sets on the market. I reviewed the Sentient along with the Nazgul in this video right here, link in the description if you want to check it out. The Pegasus in the bridge is a high output humbucker that is remarkably balanced. The Sentient in the neck is probably one of the best passive neck pickups in metal today. Better yet, the LTD with the Seymour Duncan pair comes with a push-pull coil split, which brings even more versatility to this guitar. If you consider all that these guitars have to offer in regards to their pickups, it's pretty much a draw in this category, just depending on your preferences. All right, moving on to bridges, my friends. This is probably the category where these guitars differ the most, with the Charvel coming with an actual tremolo and the LTD with a hardtail setup. The Charvel Tele comes with a Goto Custom 510 tremolo. This is a Japanese trem that comes with a hardened steel base plate and a hardened steel trem block. It's a pretty nice trem to get on any stock guitar. Goto tremolos are famously some of the best ever made. Now remember, this is a non-locking trem, but the combination of a Goto trem, a Graphtec nut, and locking tuners at the top provide for great tuning stability. Now the LTD is a hardtail design with a hip shot bridge with a string guide through the body. This is reminiscent of Fender Teles with an ergonomic design with a metal twist. Hip shot bridges come with stainless steel saddles, which maximizes tone and vibration, which is a nice touch from LTD. Despite your preferences, getting a Goto trem or bridge stock on any guitar is unrivaled. This round probably goes to the Charvel Tele. Lastly, let's check out the overall appearance of these bad boys, because we all know the key to playing good is looking good. Like I said earlier, both these guitars come with that sandblasted finish, which I would posit is very iconic of the current decade. The Charvel has a more subdued and unassuming sandblast compared to the LTD's version. It also rocks a classic Tele kind of pick guard, which gives it that throwback look. Now the neck on the Charvel appears to be a little less roasted and a little bit lighter compared to guitars that have a traditionally roasted maple neck and fretboard. Also, overall, this guitar looks more like a classic Tele with its headstock, albeit it is reversed. Now the LTD takes a way more modern approach to its look. This Tele ditches the pickguard and has a real exaggerated sandblasted look. Now the neck and fretboard are a really dark roasted maple, which gives it a really good contrast to the rest of the body. Now the LTD's headstock is also pretty sweet because it's really a fusion between a classic Tele and an 80s ESP. This bad boy has fret dots that are off-centered compared to the centered ones and the classic look of the Charvel. Now there are numerous different TE-1000 styles for the LTD, but those different styles do vary in specifications and price. Overall, I'd say the LTD really takes the cake in appearance because it commits to that kind of metal look we've all grown to love. All right, so we have a tough decision here, and we need to figure out which one of these guitars, which one of these Teles, give us more metal for our money. This one was super hard because these two guitars are pretty similar in their appearance, and they come both with some awesome stock features. But unfortunately, there can only be one. I'm gonna go with the Charvel in this case, but hear me out here. First off, the Charvel comes stock with Fishman pickups, which have tons of different voicings, which just makes the sound of this guitar so much more versatile. Also, you can't deny the Charvel's Goto trem and the Graphtec nut that's located at the top. That's just such a good combination. Believe me, the LTD was super close with its scalloped frets and the actual finish on the guitar. And also, I'm a fan of passive pickups, so this really was hard for me to choose the Charvel over the LTD. All right guys, that's just my 2 cents. What do you think? If you have either one of these or you have some experience with these guitars, hit the like button and let us know in the comments. With that said, I just want to thank each and every one of you for stopping by, taking your time to watch the channel, and supporting me. If you haven't already, consider subscribing so you don't miss any videos like this one. Otherwise, with that said, I will catch all of you later.